Gentlemen, please be aware you are being recorded right now. Anything you say will not be held against you. Do you agree to these terms?
I don't want
Off to a perfect start, just like before. All right, AEW, double or nothing. All right, here we go. Whew. It has been 1 year since this amazing company, not even a year old yet, has faced the wrestling scene and has reinvigorated us as wrestling fans. As we prepare once again to go, not all out, not triple or nothing, but double or nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this elite Simplin Predictin wrestling video where tonight we'll be discussing AEW's second double or nothing. Man. And my name is Noah Foster. And once again, welcome to the Simplin Predictin Wrestling Video, all elite edition. With me is two fine, wise gentlemen here. First off, leader, founder, creator of Pro Wrestling Discussions, one of the kindest hearts you will ever meet, also one of the biggest fans of all elite wrestling. Please welcome the bearded genius. You might know him from AEW Spark as well, Gary Joe. Gary, how are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling for Saturday's Double or Nothing?
Well, the time's not ticking quick enough here. Literally, we have, 48 hours exactly until then? Maybe 47 hours?
Oh, 72, yeah, because you got 48, not right.
Oh, man. I thought last year's Double or Nothing was exciting, but, man, this one is going to be off the charts. A little bit of a rumor mill going around today. I can't wait to cover that. Hopefully nothing will be impacting their pay-per-view. But a scale 1 to 10, probably an 8.5. I've not been this excited for a pay-per-view in probably 4 or 5 years.
Well, there you go. And like I said on the NoDQ panel, which I was humbled to be a part of and spread AEW there, I'm definitely an 8. But when you think about the emotional toll of this card and the competitiveness of this card, can it excel or match what we saw last year at the first Double or Nothing? We'll have to wait and see. But before we get into all that, please welcome, of course, my second guest. You all should know him because we are the Simple Holiday. He is a family man. He is a wise man. He is a diehard wrestling fan. He can tell you anything about WCW for sure, and he's also all elite. Please welcome my good friend. Welcome back, sir. Providing essential services, by the way. The Holiday Christopher Mace. Chris, how have you been, and how excited are you for Double or Nothing this Saturday?
Oh, some days are better than others, but I'm glad to get to talk about wrestling here for a little bit. So, on that scale, I'm going to agree with Gary. I'm going to say about 8.5. Interesting to see. Last year, I made my Team NDQ debut with Double or Nothing. Won the predictions title last year on that event. Thank God for Kip Saban. But, but this year is going to be interesting. This is an interesting card. I'm like I said, they got the Team NDQ title on the line, Wrestling Discussions. I got the 5 seed in that Gary Joe runs. Got Team All Elite that I was the first champion on. You currently the champion in that. So we got a lot of titles on the line this coming Saturday, not only in AEW but in our predictions league. So this is going to be interesting.
Absolutely, because AEW has encouraged us to just spread all of our creativity, be part of these leagues, share our opinions, express our ideas. And yes, I am the Team NDQ AEW Predictions League champion, which you both are facing me for. And I'm also the Team All Elite Predictions champion. So yeah, that belt is on the line. And also, yes, Chris, good luck winning for the Simple Holiday. You are in the finals for the Primetime Predictions League Season 2, where Gary has an amazing reward for the winner. And we'll see soon enough who wins that. But hey, I'm rooting for you. Not biased. I'm rooting for you. And I also know I have a chance in this too. With that being said, we talked enough about social media. We talked enough about excitement. Let's talk some actual wrestling now. Because once again, AEW, no pun intended, they went all out, gave us another loaded card as we now have 9 matches for this pay-per-view. And once again, this pay-per-view, AEW Double or Nothing, it is available on the Bleacher Live app on 8 p.m. Start time, 7:30 p.m. buy-in time. It is $50. I think it's worth the price. Hello there. Everybody, please welcome for the first time ever. This is Rebecca. She's also all elite. She also likes AEW group there. And she's cameo. But to be fair, she's also in a Team NDQ, and I would not be surprised if she beats me because, hey, sometimes a wild card can surprise you. Because she's also currently the NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League champion. So mad respect to her. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the way I do this, folks, is I pick a match, I throw it over to somebody, sometimes me, and we usually talk about the background, our thoughts about this match, and our overall pick. And these matches, I don't go really in a particular order because, honestly, any of these matches could steal the show because that's the AEW way. You're not necessarily the biggest spot if you're the main event. Wherever spot you are is up to you to make it be the most memorable. And based on this card, I have a funny feeling what I think might close the show will not. So let's go ahead and get started. I think we'll start simple, though. The first match, of course, is on the buy-in, which is their form of, well, a pre-show or a kickoff for you sports fans. It is for the AEW Tag Team Championships to crown the number one contenders as the Best Friends face Private Party. Both these teams, they're on the top 5. The rankings just came out today. I've not had a chance to see them yet, but currently on my Twitter, they did come out with new rankings today. And I believe that the Best Friends are now number 1, which shouldn't surprise anybody with how much work they put in during these quarantine times to bring you the most excitement and also get the most wins during these times where we're being quarantined. And then you have Private Party, full of pizzazz, full of flair. And the last time I remember them on pay-per-view was All Out, and they actually beat TH2. So I would not be surprised if Private Party wins this. Now, with that being said, since I already kind of threw the backlog to this myself, I'm just going to go like this. Whoever wins here will be facing Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Date to be determined. So based on just the ranking, who put in more, and really who I'm behind more, I'm going with the Best Friends on this one, saying the Best Friends get the win. Chris Mace, what about you?
Well, me and Rebecca are actually going to be in agreement on this one. We're actually both going for Private Party. They got a lot of momentum heading in there, too. So Private Party, I have a feeling Private Party is going to pull off this win over Best Friends. I think there's more to this story. Like I said, we have the involvement with Orange Cassidy and Phoenix. I said we haven't seen Pentagon come back yet. We haven't seen Pac come back yet. Would it be interesting if one of them two, or even Phoenix, comes down and tries to interfere in that match, allowing Private Party to get the win? So I'm going with Private Party, and Rebecca's going with Private Party too.
That's very interesting, considering that this will definitely be before a match we'll talk about later, the Casino Ladder match. So we'll see if that sort of judgment and story-building idea pays off. We did hear Pac subtly from his quarantine home in England, talking about Death Triangle still very much a threat. And we all know their previous feud before this quarantine thing happened. Gary, what about you? Your thoughts on this match and your pick?
My thoughts on this match, when was the last time we've seen a pre-show match be unpredictable? You never know what's going to happen here. We can remember this. Best Friends is amazing. Private Party, don't take them. Literally, don't think of the Private Party about, oh, yes, no chance. Remember, this is the team that knocked out the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Title tournament.
Yes.
So I expect a good showing here. But, Best Friends for me.
Best Friends, all right then. Enough said. Hey, this video is emceed by Gary Joe, folks. Get all your hits. All right, let's move on. I can see that. So did I. But anyway, we'll see what happens later. If one of you go into pontification, I might just go on to commentary like Orange Cassidy, but we'll see. Moving on, let's go to another match that was just literally made on this.
Are you doing good, brother? Chris's and Cindy G's picks? Are you reading them off?
You know what? Why not? The more the merrier, because, yeah, they did provide their picks. And both are actually in agreement with Gary and me. They both picked the Best Friends. So we're all behind Chucky and Trent because, again, they give the people what they want. Well, we'll see what happens this Saturday. With that being said,
Kip Sabian won last year. Just remember
I know, and it was buy-in.
I always get that one Kip Sabian moment.
You were the wild card that picked him. We'll see. Lucky, damn it, lucky. Anyway, next match. Let's talk about a match that was literally just made this week on Dynamite. As hey, he has nothing going for him. Well, he got himself booked. You're booked, kid. As we have the chairman of AEW, Shawn Spears versus the Natural, Dustin Rhodes. Now, as far as the backlog into this story, and of course, who is going into this match and who's going to win, I'm going to first let Gary tell you all about it and give you his pick first. Gary, your thoughts on this match, the build, who do you think's winning?
I'm not going to lie, this is a tough one for me. Will Dustin give, Shawn, the nod? Will he put over that talent? Or could this potentially be one of the last matches of Dustin's career? It really could go both ways. But my gut's telling me Shawn Spears. He needs a victory here. Now that he's got the Shawn Spears network. So, interesting gimmick, but I'm digging it so far. But, this, again, it's so difficult to choose this match because it was last minute, but definitely Shawn Spears for me.
All right, and I think that's a fair analysis. Chris, what did you and Rebecca think about this match when it occurred, and what are your thoughts?
We're torn on this one. She's going to go with the Natural Dustin Rhodes. She don't think it's time for him to hang it up yet. She says she's got a little bit left in the tank. And me, I'm going to actually go the opposite. I'm actually going with Shawn Spears on this one. I think he needs a big win on pay-per-view, and I think this would be the time for Dustin Rhodes in the twilight of his career. He's the old school veteran, the last of the WCW NWA days from back in the Crockett era. I said at this point, I think it's going to be Shawn Spears winning and Dustin Rhodes putting him over.
That's very fair. And let's think about this, too. Dustin Rhodes, he's coming off being part of the first ever TNT Championship tournament, and he got destroyed by Lance Archer. And over the past couple of weeks, Shawn Spears has been trying to put Cody, who's in the finals, and we'll talk about that later, on a guilt trip. Basically saying, I would never let that happen to my brother. You basically let your brother's career end. So basically, Shawn is running this idea of, Dustin, you're done. You're retired. You can't go anymore. And apparently that goaded Dustin to take this match on. And Dustin, who says, I'm just getting started, but you've seen this graphic, The Last Ride. Is this close to his last match? I don't know. And something in me just feels like after everything Dustin's been through right now, I don't see this being a one-up. So I actually went with Dustin Rhodes for the win. And so did Cindy and good brother Chris. You got to think about this too. Shawn Spears, he made his mark at the expense of another Rhodes first in AEW with that wicked chair shot heard around the world. And then he faced Cody at All Out and lost. Would you really see Shawn Spears losing to both Rhodes here without something to come afterwards? Especially considering his search for Spears, which was the original storyline going for him, is basically on hold since quarantine. So, yeah, I feel like this is a short-term singles feud for right now, but I don't see it being a one-off. I am going with Dustin Rhodes for the win. And by the way, folks, wins and losses, they do matter here. And if you all want some statistics, I'll look them up maybe while one of these gentlemen is talking about another match. So let's go ahead and talk about another match, but let's turn things here because I think we're going to have a bit more of a discussion about this match too. You wonder about AEW's women's division. People have always had their outlook about it since day one. Since that time, especially this year, I think it's only gotten better. The rankings and the in-ring athleticism and character building prove it, especially for one particular person who may or may not be competing this Saturday. But for now, we're going to talk about the match in its current form and figure out who might go in that spot if worst case happens. The grudge match, the good doctor, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus the galaxy's greatest alien and one of my favorites, Chris Statlander. We all know how this match was brought on after these women killed it in a four-way with Ricochet Sheeta and Penelope Ford. Ricochet, of course, picking up the win, number one ranked in AEW, over Penelope Ford, while Britt Baker, I guess all that subtleness earlier in the match got to Britt Baker, and she wanted to basically rip Chris Statlander's jaw. And basically she did that with an extended lockjaw. And then, of course, these two women, they were involved on opposite sides in a tag match, where Nyla Rose and Britt Baker won, but more so as a handicap match, as one point in the match, it looked like Britt Baker might have suffered a nasty injury. Reports have been coming out, keyword reports, not confirmed, that Britt Baker might have sustained a serious injury, possibly a torn ACL, which means she could be out this Saturday for Double or Nothing, which could be a crying shame considering how much value and build has been put into her overall character. Ever since she adopted this heel-type role model persona. I'm a dentist, by the way. And the chemistry with her and Tony, it has been great television. Has only helped elevate her game in and out of the ring. So with that being said, thinking about this match in its original form, I just feel like right now they're really leading towards something. I can see her leading this women's division as champion down the line. I did go with Britt Baker, but I would not be surprised to see, in worst case scenario, Penelope Ford, who's been more involved than any other woman right now in AEW with Chris Statlander. I would not be surprised to see Penelope Ford put in that spot. Though Big Swell's back too, and that could be a competitive bout. But regardless of change opponent, and there might be a change come tomorrow Friday, as this is being recorded Thursday night, 8:58 p.m., May 21st. I right now feel like it has to go to Britt Baker, no matter what. And honestly, I'm just going to stick with that. Now, with that being said, Cindy and Goodbye Chris, they agree with me as well. We're all in agreement on the Good Doctor. In fact, to my knowledge, even in the NoDQ panel, everybody's going with Britt Baker. That's how much we're behind her. No offense to Chris. Now, Chris, you and Rebecca, what did you think about this match in the original form? And based on recent events, has it changed your judgment at all? Do you think Chris Statlander is going to win in any given scenario?
I think me and Rebecca both think Statlander is going to win. I think you got more. I know they've been building Dr. Brent Baker up, but like I said, you're building her up as a heel character. If you got Nyla Rose as your heel champion right now, to me, story-based wise, you'd want to build up Chris Statlander up for the future opportunity to either face Nyla Rose or Sheeta, whoever wins, because I would be more interested in seeing Statlander and Sheeta face each other in a matchup, or Nyla Rose or Statlander face each other again than Dr. Brent Baker. She's had her opportunities. They're building her up as a heel right now, and if she is injured, then that's going to definitely change up the matchup. We won't know who will be in that matchup with Statlander either. But as of the original form, me and Rebecca still both think Statlander would win.
Okay, that's fair enough. Gary, we've been talking about all day on the Team All Elite chat and Dynamite. There's already people showing their concerns. I know you have a lot on your mind regarding this and Britt Baker in general. So give me your thoughts and give me your overall analogy. And basically, do you see Chris Statlander winning in any given scenario?
Yeah, this is one of the things that I'm trying to sink in. I really hope Britt Baker's okay. First and foremost,
Absolutely.
One thing that I am happy to know with AEW, when it got announced last year, they're going to go full health benefits for their talent. So if she is indeed injured, she can get the treatment she needs to get better, stronger, and faster.
That's not a Daft Punk reference, folks. That's just fact.
Facts indeed. And hell, I'm going to this town called Wrestlin tomorrow. They got a Starbucks. I will drink a Starbucks venti just to make sure she gets the energy that she needs. Now, with Chris Statlander, I'm just like you, Noah. I'm so behind Statlander. I love Chris. He's my favorite. I have not bet against Chris Statlander yet. However, lock me in for the Doctor.
All right, so we're all unanimous on this one, except again, Chris and Rebecca. If you all win because you're freaking opposite everybody else, I'm gonna be annoyed, and then I'll be like, okay, what's the tiebreaker gonna be? But anyway,
you got to go different. It's either you're gonna go big or go home. At this point, you got everything on the line, so you gotta think here.
I respect that. And by the way, just to give y'all some subtle facts, Best Friends ranked number 1, they're 7-3. Private Party ranked number 3, they're 4-1. Chris Statlander, she's ranked number 2 at 3-4. Dr. Britt Baker ranked number 3 at 4-4. So we'll see what happens. All right. And Shawn Spears and Dustin Rhodes, they're not on the rankings. And honestly, Shawn Spears, I think, needs to win more right now than Dustin. But storyline, I went with Dustin. Okay, so we talked about the women. We talked about grudges. We talked about number 1 contendership. Let's talk about, okay, I have mixed feelings about this guy from a personal standpoint, but professional standpoint, there's a reason why he is where he is, and he's better than you, and you know it. The next match we're going to talk about is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, that egotistical, self-entitled prick, in the words of Tony Schiavone, who is not biased.
Right.
I'm just being real.
Nope, not mine.
Versus Jungle Boy. No. I mean, come on. Commentary being biased. Whoever heard of such a thing in wrestling, right? Anyway.
What is that?
He's facing Jungle Boy, okay? These two are no strangers to each other. They faced off each other before in, I believe, a four-way match at a previous pay-per-view. If I remember correctly, I think it might have been Fyter Fest, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And MJF, of course, he won. And also these two, they recently had a one-on-one bout. I believe it was a few months ago. And guess what? MJF won that. MJF is one of those that has yet to have a singles loss in AEW this year. And of course, his last big victory was over Cody, and I rewatched that match today, at AEW Revolution. With the amount of investment this guy puts into himself, and honestly, looking at this guy's direction, I kept it simple, and you know he could pull it out. He pulled it out literally with a 42K punch, and I bet you that's going to be the same thing here. I am going with MJF. So is Cindy and good brother Chris. Chris Mace, you and Rebecca's thoughts on this match. Oh, and feel free to express yourself at MJF. I don't care.
Oh, that's Cindy G's favorite wrestler. You shouldn't be so mean on MJF. We know that. I went with MJF in this one just because they're going to build him up to be the number one contender for AEW World Championship later down the road. I don't see him losing a Jungle Boy. Rebecca is going to disagree with me, though. She's going to go wild and go with Jungle Boy to pick up the win, upset win over MJF.
You're literally going wild if you're going with Jungle Boy because he's literally just that with his quiet, awkward type character and chemistry with Luchasaurus, and I love that. All right. Gary, your thoughts on this match and your pick?
Well, let me just start off the AEW Queen. That's quite the surprise pick. So I think you know where I'm going with this. But I do like the feel of this match. I don't think it's going to be a quick match here. It's my predictable match of the night, though. But see this match maybe going 10, 12 minutes. So this son of a bitch is better than us, and we know it. So there you go.
And yeah, no one's going against MJF. You're going against MJF. I think you're crazy, okay? Especially because Wardlow is technically not booked for anything, so you know he's going to be in his corner. But hopefully he doesn't trip over the freaking ring step. Botch. I saw that. I freaking saw that. Okay? I'm just saying. All right. Moving on from there, let's go into, well, we already talked about a couple women. Let's talk about the other two that were involved in that four-way. And honestly, this match could go either way, but I really want it to go my way. Just saying. AEW Women's Championship. Nyla Rose, who has now surpassed her reign past week, I think she's at 144 days now, versus number one ranked Hikaru Shida. There's so much to figure about here. When you think about first time these two were in tag team match, for example, it was Nyla Rose and Bea Priestley. That team won, and Nyla Rose got the pin over Hikaru Shida. And there were subtleties about Bea coming after Nyla's title. I would love to see that match. But again, she's stuck in the UK with Will Ospreay. I wonder if she lost her mind yet, according to Instagram. Anyway, since then, we've seen Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. They both have been at odds end with Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose basically insulting the entire women's division, saying that, well, she breaks them and there's no bigger threat or dominant person in the division than me. That was proven again on Dynamite, where her team, suddenly herself, won that tag match, hitting Shida. She tried to go for a little bit of aftermath, though, and ended up eating a table of her own, despite the fact before this time she's been powerbombing everybody else through tables. We also know that she had been messing with Hikaru Shida. She had her freaking kendo stick. I think at this point, Hikaru Shida's got it back. And since that backstage segment where, well, she gave her the stick, just not the right way, basically, this got turned into a no disqualification, no count-out match. So thinking about the circumstances added to this match here, I think even in defeat, the champion is basically going to be protected. Because now, she can't use champion's advantage to win this match, okay? Anything goes, first pinfall submission wins it. Simple as that. And with that being said, there is so much momentum behind her week after week after week. She constantly proves why she deserves to be the champion. She's been number one, and I like her YouTube channel. She's very talented and creative. And her record's 9-1 right now. If you really think that I'm going to go against her with all of that stock put into her, no way. Nyla Rose had her moment. She's already broken everybody in half, and I still see the potential with Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker for the title, or even, as you said, because they're friends, but that'd be one hell of a one-on-one. Chris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida. Everything I'm saying is Hikaru Shida as champion. And that's the way I'm going with this. I'm going with Hikaru Shida becomes the new AEW Women's Champion. I feel like it's her time. Now, with that being said, Gary, your thoughts on this match and your pick?
This match was very hard to choose. You know, the way that moment where, you know, Shida's doing the suplex, you know, Nyla Rose onto the table, that makes me think, okay, Nyla Rose is going to win now, getting her payback. But I really don't know at this point. It's so damn difficult. Oh, man. I do see what you're saying. You know, Nyla had a good run. You know, she won it back when? February?
Correct. Back in February, in a match from the very first AEW Dynamite against Rico. And the crowd was initially into it, but both those women, they stole the show and got the crowd into it. And ever since then, Nyla Rose, she's been a very dominant champion. Of course, already successfully defending her title against your fave, Chris Statlander, at AEW Revolution. Despite Chris's ailments that might have been affecting her, she still put in 100%, just couldn't get the job done.
Which was very unfortunate, but that's okay. I do agree with this match now, and you know, I gotta go with Shida. You know, she's on a roll. She has barely lost a match. I think she's only lost one match ever since her little hot streak here. So
technically, right now her record's 9-1. So yes, yeah. One match.
That's
and to be fair, Nyla Rose, she's only lost one match too, but her record's only 5-1. Hikaru Shida, she's battle tested because Nyla Rose was stuck in quarantine.
Yeah.
All right, so Hikaru Shida it is. Chris, what about you and Rebecca? What's your thoughts?
Nyla Rose retained. It's not everybody. I don't think it's fair assessment to say that she's had a long reign as women's champion when she hadn't been able to get over there and perform for everybody with everything going on with the situation we're in. I don't think she's had a long enough title run based on those facts. I don't see her losing the title right now. I think it would be a shame because we didn't really get to see how the story would have played out if everything was normal. Everything was the normal way. We were doing everything in wrestling before everything started going crazy. I don't think Nyla Rose is losing right now. I think she'll lose it all out, but I don't see her losing at Double or Nothing right now. Either by hook or by crook, she's going to retain this title. Me and Rebecca both think she's retaining this title, and then it could be some shenanigans where she does retain it, and that sets up a rematch later down the road. It all out.
That's fair because NoDQ, I mean, Virtue's behind the idea of maybe a triple threat. Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and Nyla Rose. And that would be a very interesting setup. But again, maybe that will happen. But I'm just figuring that right now, I think it will be Hikaru Shida finally getting the gold. So that's why I would prefer. So we'll see what happens. Very split among us, it seems. Well, I like to think that we kind of covered the matches that are really going to start the show in bulk, necessarily not even in the order I discussed. But these three right here, any one of these three matches could close the show. But then again, the ladder match, considering what it's going to set up, it probably will be middle of the show. I don't necessarily see it opening, but that's just me. Maybe I'm going against conventional pay-per-view means. When you pick a ladder match, you pick up opener. So we'll see, especially since they replaced Casino Battle Royal. Let's talk about it. So instead of a Casino Battle Royal due to social distancing, they decided to create this match, the Casino Ladder Match. Up above the ring will be a poker chip. First to grab it will get an opportunity for an AEW World Championship match. And there is a who's who in this field, along with one person that freaking annoys me. The field consists of the following: Cook Cabana, Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy, Ray Phoenix, as of right now, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, you know those two from SCU, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, Darby Allin, and last but not least, freaking Vacant. All right, let's think about this, folks. Darby Allin. There is so much stock put into him in AEW right now, and everybody wants to see this guy, A, go for the title, or B, become champion. He's been in the ring with the champion Chris Jericho. He's been in the ring with Jon Moxley. He was in the TNT tournament. He got knocked out by Cody just on an amateur wrestling move, and that's why Taz has been slowly trying to, guide him professionally. I can help you, while Darby is resisting. We'll see if that comes into play here. You got Colt Cabana, who's trying to prove, yeah, I'm entertaining, I can bring lots of business, but I also am a wrestler. He was also involved in the tournament, got knocked out. Orange Cassidy, enough said. I don't really have anything else to say about the freaking guy, okay? He's an anomaly. Ray Phoenix, this guy right here, he has everything to be a champion, okay? And we've seen what AEW does when it comes to tag teams and singles and pushing the tag team competitors as singles competitors. Ace example, Trent. We also have, of course, Scorpio Sky, who already went after the title once, failed. We also have Kip Sabian, your boy, who's been in the rings with Sammy G. He's got a super bad girl with him. He's been forming this team in alliance now with fellow Brit friend Jimmy Havoc. Would not be surprised to see him come and play in this match. You have Frank Kazarian, who came off a great singles match with Jon Moxley in defeat. And you have Luchasaurus that everybody puts stock into and can definitely see being a breakout star of the Jurassic Express. And then you have Mystery. And with that, the releases, all the speculation. Who could come into play here? I've heard Drew Gulak. I've heard Brian Cage. I've heard Ricky Starks, which I think is the most oddball thing you could say. But you gotta imagine it could also be somebody from within the roster itself. Team All Elite member Michael P. Phillips, he discussed the idea of Joey Janela. Considering it's a ladder match, and I can see that guy falling on his head up the top of the ladder, not surprised me one bit. But then there's also that subtle speculation that one of the competitors may not even be in it, as Ray Phoenix took a ridiculous bump, it looked like, and people are fearing for the worst. Again, all speculation, not fully confirmed. And who knows? Maybe it means Pentagon will find a return. Maybe it'll be another surprise debut. Maybe one of these indie stars that have been working during these quarantine times will get the ultimate opportunity. I've been highly invested in Alan Angels, who has been in the ring with Ray Phoenix. I would not mind seeing him in this match either. Who knows? He could be vacant. Now, with that being said, here's how we're going to approach this, gentlemen. We're going to do two picks because this match could go any way possible. And the way that this match is going to work, you know it's going to go the distance. Two-man start. Every 90 seconds, another man at random will enter, and the match can end before all nine come in. I find that highly unlikely in all likelihood, because if you consider that, that's less than 5 freaking minutes. No way in hell. Now, with that being said, we're going to get 2 picks, and we're also going to throw in this as, I think, the tiebreaker is perfect. Who the heck's the mystery person? And if you want, you can use your mystery person as one of your picks. Primary worth 2, secondary worth 1. I've jumbled enough, so I'm just going to cut it to you like this. I'm all in, no pun intended, on Darby Allin. And I've been thinking about what the hell happened to the machine since Hard to Kill. So my second and mystery is Brian Cage. Now, Chris Mace, your thoughts, your picks, your analysis.
Darby Allin needs to win this at this point. To me, Darby Allin makes the logical sense to me to win this. He's been built up. He's already showed, and you've heard it on wrestling discussions in the past where me and Gary have discussed this. Darby Allin has proved that not only that he is a high flyer, but he's a risk taker. He's also is a good technical wrestler as well. He can break you down. He has proven himself to be something different, something special and unique. This is the time where I think you put Darby Allin and have him win this. So me and Rebecca both agree Darby Allin's our pick to win this casino ladder match. Secondary, we're both going with Orange Cassidy because why the hell not? It's Orange Cassidy. And the storytelling there with that theory is, too, if Phoenix is in this match and he's not injured, it would be interesting. Okay, Phoenix did what he did on Dynamite. Okay, now let Orange Cassidy have this moment where Phoenix is trying to get up there that ladder and Orange Cassidy prevents him from getting there. He's the one who takes out Phoenix, and he's the one who possibly climbs up there and wins it. So that's why we're going for that for the secondary. Surprise? I'm going to go with former NWA World Television Champion. I am the NWA League here with Team NDQ on the NWA wing. I'm going with Ricky Starks to make a surprise appearance. And Rebecca's going the same.
That's very interesting considering that outlandish Ziggy Dice did take the title from him, but I thought there was a lot of stock in Ricky Starks, and he was really making his way for the NWA. So who knows? You and Good Brother Chris might be right, because Good Brother Chris also picked him as a surprise. But he went in this order: Ray Phoenix, Darby Allin. And Cindy agreed with him with that order, too. But her mystery person is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, great mat technician. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in AEW, maybe bring Catch Point. But what could he bring to a ladder match? That's the curiosity to me. She said Drew Gulak. And keep in mind, he does not have that 90-day no-compete clause because his contract, he just let it expired. And WWE, they're morons, did not renew it because they did not want to pay what Gulak is worth. Could that lead Drew Gulak to All Elite Wrestling? I would love to see it, but I'm not going to just assume anything. Gary, your thoughts on this match, your 2 picks, and your surprise. I know you got a lot on your mind about this one.
This is going to be my favorite match of the night. I mean, we saw a tease last night for only 3 minutes, and I'm thinking, oh shit, we're in for probably the best ladder matches that you have seen in a long time, and that will top from the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros from last year.
That's a bold proclamation.
I really see it. I really do see it. There's going to be a lot of high flying, a lot of nasty spills. I mean, you're going to see Orange Cassidy take one hell of a bump in this match. So it's going to be really interesting to see with that for sure. So the match itself, though, who I'm going to pick for the winner, I have to. I mean, he's my man, Darby Allin. I mean, this guy really needs it more than anybody else. AEW listens to the fans every single time. I don't know what they do. They're probably in like a little conference room and reading the comments all over the internet, and then they literally catch on it, and then they're like, yep, we want to listen to our fans. This is what we're going to do. My secondary pick. Oh, man. This, again, it's a challenge. We got more faces than heels in this match.
Correct.
So I am going to go with a heel for my secondary pick. And those heels are what again, Noah? Can you read them off, please?
Yeah, absolutely. The heels in this match, technically, it's Rey Fenix and definitely Kip Sabian, considering what he did during Orange Cassidy versus Rey Fenix.
Okay. And the others were who again? I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine, man. Again, it's a very unbalanced match, a lot to digest, especially because all 9 might not even make it. Might even know who might never see bacon. Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, Kip Sabian, and Luchasaurus, and Bacon. I'm surprised you didn't say Wardlow could possibly be Bacon, too, because I know you're heavily behind him as well.
You're going to like my Bacon. So, for my second one, I will go Colt Cabana.
All right.
Colt Cabana.
Boom, boom.
My mystery. Can I get a drum roll? Because I think you guys will like this. Marty Scurll.
What?
I will go with Marty Scurll because Chris can vouch on this one. Ring of Honor does want to partner with AEW. What better way of doing it to get Marty Scurll into the match?
Holy cow, man. That'd be the wildest thing ever, considering the last ladder match he was involved in was Madison Square Garden for the freaking Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship, and he lost it, darn it, to friggin' Matt Taven. And yes, you're absolutely right, because there is that subtlety in the fact Ring of Honor and AEW, they are open to the idea of working together. And with Marty Scurll, of course, being very close with former friends now dead, the Elite, and considering we all saw him be part of, before AEW was even a thing, All In. I mean, oh my gosh, I could absolutely see something like that happening. An invasion of villain enterprises too, faction, tag team, 4 dynamic athletes, and they still have Flip Gordon in the Being the Elite intro, just saying. I did not think about that in a million years, though. That is brilliant. And he's also in Florida, I think, too, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, whoop, whoop. We'll see what happens. Considering he is, like, lead creator, booker of Ring of Honor. And, boy, would that definitely change the universe.
And his contract allows him to go to NWA, New Japan, and AEW.
Correct. Or change the world, excuse me. I'm more of a Kenny Omega than the Jericho. Speaking of which, you know, it's funny. We have 3 matches left, and any one of these, I feel like, could be your closer. You got the title, you got the moment, and then you got the unpredictable. With that being said, let's go with the moment, because it's the first. So it's going to be big. And both men, they definitely are driven. Definitely this match could go either way. For the first ever AEW TNT Championship, it comes down to this. It is Cody versus Lance Archer. Let's figure about the run of both these two men, shall we? Cody, who before this tournament was even a thing, coming off the biggest loss in his career to MJF back at AEW Revolution. You really wondered what was next for the man, considering Jon Moxley says, Cody, come challenge me. But he can't challenge Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship thanks to Jericho beating him at Full Gear. So with that being said, what is Cody's next plan? He's in this tournament and he runs the gauntlet. He first beats Shawn Spears in the opener, and he defeats our boy, my prime pick, dang it, Darby Allin, and he's in the finals. And then you have this guy that just came onto the scene, and basically it was just waiting to be ever since Cody was confronted or warned, per se, by Jake the Snake Roberts. And next thing you know, you find the following week Jake the Snake Roberts and Lance Archer together. You have one of the most profound minds in the wrestling business. Scary, sneaky, sly, manipulative, and when he speaks, you listen. With one of the most crazy, violent, big dudes now in the AEW roster. AEW bringing in some heavy guns. And Lance Archer, he has been dominant and undefeated. He squashed Marco Stunt in his very first match here. Well, to be fair, I guess that's not really dominant. That's just normal. Basically, but in the tournament, he beat Colt Cabana in the opener, and following that, he destroyed Dustin Rhodes. And here we are. Both these two men, they've jabbed with each other in the ring, and they've gone counter for counter. A nice little tease, especially after Jake dropped the snake on Brandy. That was a crazy moment. And then we got a moment in history as two legends went face-to-face, not a contract signing, folks, but a conversation, a war of words, and I wanted more of it. As Arn Anderson, the Nightmare Coach, who will be in Cody's corner, clearly, was also cross-table from Jake the Snake. And these two, they basically told each other why their man is going to win. Cody is driven, feels like he has to do this not only for himself, but what he stands for. Nightmare Family, do the work, everything I've done for this company. Lance Archer, merciless animal, he's hungry, he wants it. But then you have a subtle outside influence, and people are wondering, does he come and play in the finish? Are we going to get a confrontation? What's going to happen here? Because who's going to be on hand to present the winner the title, or present the title in general, which apparently nobody has seen yet? Iron Mike Tyson, a fan from last year Double or Nothing, now literally involved in a match to determine a first time ever. Now, I've dabbed on long enough about the subtle story, the feel, the amount of just overall excitement and just importance of this match and this title. Because again, this is a title driven not by the show, by the network they're on. So whoever owns this title is going to be representing the network. Now, thinking about everything that's been going, thinking about both men's situations, thinking about both men's streaks, and by the way, both men, they are involved in the rankings. Cody is number 1, Lance Archer number 2. Surprised? You shouldn't be. I went back and forth with this match for freaking ever. Lance Archer, okay, he beats Cody. What's next for Cody? Do you just continue having him chase after he's already gone through this grueling tournament for the chase and claims he has to win this? The last guy that claimed he had to win a match was Chris Jericho, and he beat the Hangman. All right? Subtle influence of the past for you all. Lance Archer, merciless, murder hawk, undefeated. Can he afford to lose it? Does he really need a title? And is the loss going to really hurt him? And honestly, what can be next for the guy? He might go confront freaking Jon Moxley. You ever thought about that? Jake the Snake always got a plan, okay? So with that being said, I've jabbed on enough. I am just going to say one name, and then Gary, it's on you. Cody is my pick to win, become the first TNT champion. Gary, your thoughts and your pick.
This could be one hell of a match. I mean, you know, who really deserves it at this point? You know, does Murder Hawk really need to pick up a loss here? Because he's been so damn dominant since he's debuted. I don't think so. Should Cody lose here? I don't think he should either, because, you know, he's been really so consistent and just the heart of soul of AEW for sure. But man, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with my guts telling me I am gonna choose Cody.
All right.
Just damn, this is gonna be good. Oh,
I
and
haven't this one close to show either. This is going to be like when Bret the Hitman Hart presented the AEW World title, okay? It was like close to the end. Again, this match is going to be like, I think, third to last because of just the depth of this card. With that being said, Cindy and good brother Chris, they went with Lance Archer. So it's 2-2. So this should be interesting. Holiday, I know your old school mentality. I know how much you know about the Rhodes family. We've discussed it countless times, okay? And again, this is not WCW 2.0, as Tony's trying to avoid the mistakes of WCW's past. And Cindy claimed at one point, if Cody does win this, he would be, and I quote, the Jeff Jarrett. So bring your analysis, bring your thoughts, and bring your pick. Who do you got?
I picked from day one Lance Archer was going to win this tournament. The storytelling here, he had Cody on one side, Archer on the other side. The storyline fit perfectly. Jake Snake Roberts is there to conquer one thing. He's going to dethrone Caesar. He says Cody is Caesar. He's dethroning Caesar. He's going to put a stop to Caesar. Lance Archer is the one that's going to do it. How's that going to play out afterwards? We're going to have to wait and see. I have said Lance Archer was going to win this in my prediction since day one. I'm not changing it now. Lance Archer is becoming the first AEW TNT champion. And then we will have the storyline where Cody is now having to find himself. And then I see at the moment at that point, then it's going to be different storytelling with Cody after this matchup. Lance Archer is winning. Rebecca agrees Lance Archer is going to win and become the first AEW TNT champion. Because I think here's one thing, folks. Everybody who wants to complain about Cody comparing him to Triple H and how he did stuff and booking and stuff like that. Cody's lost matches before. He's put over talent. He's going to do it again come Saturday. He's going to put Lance Archer over, period.
Damn.
I do got a quick question since we're on this match. So, as you know, the stipulation for primetime this weekend. Now, if you win this, you do get the 5 points. So I want to know from you right now, since the stipulation for double up, so since the theme is double or nothing, do you want to place a bet with those 5 extra bonus points?
Sure.
Wow. Just like
No
that.
hesitation. 10 or nothing. This is it. You know what? Now I hope I'm wrong. So, all right then. And by the way, Cody, ranked number 1. He's 9-1. Lance Archer, 5-0.
Wow. I'm actually pretty shocked with that, to be quite honest, because Chris, because if now that you did place that bet, because if you do lose, you will be docked 5 points. You do know that, right?
Yep. I went with Lance Archer since day one on Did Predictions on my channel. I went with Lance Archer since day one with the storyline. I'm not changing it now. I've been perfect in this predictions on the tournament so far. I'm going, it's either, what is this, double or nothing? Let's go with it. It's going to be, we're riding it out.
I freaking love AEW, man. I love this so much. And by the way, folks, go follow the Holiday Chris Mace's channel for simple opinions, breaks, great runs, and discussions. NWA driven at the heart. All right, well, you both said your piece. I've said mine. Let's move on because, believe it or not, we still have 2 matches. And something about this match just tells me it's not going to close the show. So we're going to talk about it first. The AEW World Championship match. It is a meeting of 2 former faces reinvented. The current champion, Jon Moxley, versus the exalted one of the Dark Order, Mr. Brody Lee. And don't say he's leading a cult because not a good idea. Okay, so let's figure about this. The Exalted One was teased for months. We were wondering who it was. There was teases about Matt Hardy. There was teases about Brody Lee. And it turned out to be Brody Lee. And then he kicked the head off Christopher Daniels and beat him in a match that finally closed off that rivalry for now. Although I feel like Dark Order and SCU are far from done with each other. Jon Moxley, he won the title at AEW Revolution, dethroning Le Champion Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho threw everything at him, including everyone in the inner circle. Following that, he even took out Jake Hager in an empty arena parking lot brawl championship match that took a freaking quarter of the show and was brilliantly commentated only by JR. And he won. Since then, these quarantine times, Jon Moxley's been dominant, rained out message, but he also set out a challenge, and in Brody's words, a bounty on his own head, which Brody answered when Jon Moxley returned once AEW went live. Jon Moxley beat Frank Kazarian, who comes out, Dark Order attacks him, and Brody Lee makes his claim to the title. He says, answer my challenge or I will make you. And of course, Jon Moxley, he wants to take on the world. What does he say? All you got to do is ask. But here's the thing. He may feel personal because now Mr. Brody Lee is in possession of Jon Moxley's title. And literally, Mr. Brody Lee has sacrificed his prestigious one in the Dark Order 10. So you can tell how driven Brody Lee is to become champion. But Jon Moxley says, I'm not losing. You better be ready for everything. These two, again, they have faced each other before in a bygone era, never with these high stakes. Brody never had this opportunity this big up to this point. Ever since he came in AEW, the Dark Order feels like a big deal. And so does he. He finally is doing his own thing. And I feel like he's loving it. Jon Moxley, I mean, what can be said about Jon Moxley? The dude, he's freaking driven beyond all belief, all right? With that being said, this is going to be a very competitive match. I sense some shenanigans. I sense physicality. Brody Lee, incredible in-ring athlete, got the race. Jon Moxley, I have no idea what sort of training he's going to go through to prepare for this. Maybe we'll find out tomorrow on Countdown. And Jon Moxley's currently undefeated at 10-0. And Mr. Brody Lee is number 3 on 5-0. One of these men's getting the first defeat this year. And I think it's going to be Brody Lee. I sense Jon Moxley's not going to get his belt back. He's retaining. Paradigm shift, even if it takes 3 of them. I think it's going to take more than 1 to drop this guy. Chris, your thoughts on this match?
Me and Rebecca have been talking about this one for a little bit. We both agree that Darby Allin should win the Casino Battle Royal.
Right.
But do we want to see him face Jon Moxley, or do we want to see him in a big-time matchup with Brody Lee for the championship? We debated about this one, so me and her both decided we're going to go bold. This is go big or go home, folks. This is going to be either going to win me these titles or I'm going to lose it. We're going Brody Lee to become new AEW champion.
Whoa.
I think the storyline would make more sense if Darby Allin wins the Casino Battle Royal and he faces Brody Lee. You have that character versus the Dark Order. He's the one, especially if the rumors are true and you do have somebody, maybe you see the Taz, he's trying to interact with him, trying to get him to be the manager, and here comes Sting. Rumors say he's supposed to be there, we'll have to see. Maybe Sting is the one who becomes Darby Allin manager, and maybe Sting's the one who helps Darby Allin dethrone Brody Lee and help stop the Dark Order. That's the storyline I think they could possibly go with, so I'm going to go big or go home, folks. Either I'm going to win these titles or lose it. This is all in fun. Well, me and Rebecca both went Brody Lee come to AEW World Champion. I think Moxley's a great run. He's been undefeated. He hasn't lost yet, but I think it's time. He's going to get a loss by hook, by crook. Because, like I said, Brody Lee's got plenty of members in the Dark Order. And, 10's probably going to want some payback for what happened on Dynamite.
That's if he can use his arm or walk with the pain. And, yeah, Mr. Brody Lee says, I make ordinary people extraordinary, literally recruiting Preston Vance, a.k.a. 10, into the Dark Order and making him basically the lead member. But that's extremely bold considering Darby Allin has faced Jon Moxley before. I wouldn't be surprised if we would want to face Jon Moxley again if, again, Darby Allin wins the Casino ladder match. With that being said, Cindy, Chris, they both said Jon Moxley as well. So, Gary, your thoughts on this, and who's your pick? I mean, he definitely gave a lot to think about as far as storytelling goes. But I just feel like right now, Brody Lee, he just came in. I just don't know if they would put the title on him this soon in his run.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this. What a bold pick there, Chris. I will say that. And obviously, again, you guys know where I'm going with my pick. But this should be a really, really good match for me. I'm happy Brody gets the opportunity. But I don't want to see another former WWE guy hold the world title. I really don't. Not right now. Moxley, again, he's okay because he's Moxley, man. He's just so damn good. But, so definitely Moxley for me. Which, by the way, I do see somebody joining the Dark Order.
Really?
Yes, and he's going to help out Brody Lee in the match. Coconut Carl. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Oh, good Lord. I thought you were going to say Pineapple Pete for a moment. after the freaking beating Chris Jericho gave him and the Judas effect. I wouldn't be surprised to say that. But what are you trying to form like a freaking fruit squad or whatever? Call it fruit punch. Good grief. Freaking Orange Cassidy, Pineapple Pete, and Coconut Carl. Good Lord Almighty.
We love you, Sean.
Shout out to Sean Bowley. Go follow We Want Wrestling Talk on Facebook post. Description in the link in the description below. All right. Well, we talked a lot. We shared some laughs. We got serious at times. We fantasy booked, and we did story time. But I feel like finally one story is going to come to an end, and I feel like this has to close the show just based on scope. 2 rings in the middle of an empty football stadium. At the 50-yard line, 10-man falls count anywhere match. The Stadium Stampede match. The Inner Circle versus the Elite. With Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy, I might add. There's so much story to this, okay? Ever since the Inner Circle became a thing in AEW, they have been practically unstoppable, unbreakable, unbendable, unbeatable, especially when it comes to the Elite's inner dissension among themselves, especially with one, Hangman Adam Page, who wants to be outside the Elite. But right now, seems to be subtly standing by them. And I don't think it's just because Kenny Omega is one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, but that might be part of the reason. We saw the subtlety and the teasing of this, especially at Revolution, where the Young Bucks faced the tag champs, and at the end, you had that subtle idea, is Hangman Adam Page going to buckshot lariat Kenny Omega? And I still feel like that's a thing to come. And then, as we kept moving forward, and we prepared for the real clash, which was supposed to be Blood and Guts, AEW's version of War Games, this quarantine times hit. And ever since that speech that Cody gave about facing this time and about us coming together, well, it hasn't worked out so well. But then who comes into AEW to try and help things? One broken Matt Hardy reincarnated as Damascus with Vanguard 1. Until Vanguard 1 finally got destroyed by a new member of the Inner Circle a couple weeks ago called Floyd the Baseball Bat. Anyway, constant matches aside, street fights, tag matches, advantages gained, you name it, that's all thrown out the window here. It's an even playing field. You got your home team, you got your away team. As we saw, the Inner Circle finally back after that crazy street fight where Sammy survived getting run over by a golf cart. And then we saw this week on Dynamite the longest clothesline ever with the 100-yard dash by Hangman Adam Page and the Elite standing tall at the other end of the field. The bottom line is this. A fall could occur anywhere. It could occur in the Dippin' Dots. It could occur in the common area. It could occur in the merchandise stand. It could occur in the restroom. It could occur in a press box. It could occur anywhere under a freaking football stadium. Okay? I highly doubt this is going to be in one of these 2 rings. And with Vanguard 1 being destroyed and the Inner Circle just getting the best of the Elite every turn, this has to end. And they need a win. I am going with the Elite to finally close the book on this rivalry and win this first time ever match. It's going to be the most unique thing, and honestly, I think it's going to be match of the show. I'm going with the Elite to win this and close this once and for all. Chris, your thoughts and your pick.
Team Elite's going to win this. At this point, I don't see a turn happening yet. Not yet. Like I said, I think Hangman Page is finally coming back. Everything's going in momentum now. I just don't see a turn. Not quite yet. If this was the Blood and Guts match, I could have said we could have seen a turn. But we're not getting that. We're getting this very unique match that has to close the show to me at this point. This has to be the main event. But people forget about the broken Matt Hardy character. One thing they forget, he has his compound. You had the storytelling there. You had the Laker reincarnation. I have a wild feeling we're going to see a rebirth of Vanguard at this match. And I have a weird feeling that Matt Hardy is going to end up pinning the former Le Champion, Chris Jericho, with help from Vanguard. So Team All Elite, that's how I see the match closing out.
Vanguard 2. I was like, yeah, Vanguard's going to get reincarnated because they got Scott's got the dilapidated bull, the mower of lawns, Senior Benjamin. There's going to be so much wildness in this match, and it won't be cinematic, that's for darn sure. But you got the creative mind of Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy in one match. The thoughts are limitless to what these 2 are going to bring to this match, along with the Elite, especially with how creative they are. And, of course, it's good to see the Young Bucks back after one of them got crushed under a freaking garage door. There's been a lot of craziness, and the Elite's been brutalized by Inner Circle, so, yeah, this is going to be wild. Gary, your thoughts on this? And I'm guessing, because we had this discussion, I believe, in AEW Spark, this is the match you believe is going to close the show, too.
And Rebecca wins the Team All Elite, too.
Doesn't surprise me. You're both elite.
Nothing against the world title match, but there's just, I mean, like, literally, yeah, this match is definitely going to close it, for sure. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, I do agree. Vanguard could be there. If Floyd doesn't come and make it a cameo appearance, so I could definitely see those two fighting for sure. Hell, I could see Pineapple Pete making an appearance. I could see a lot of appearances, really.
Senor Benjamin.
Sorry.
Oh, joking aside. Yeah, I mean, I'm a passionate sports fan, and I love the unique concept of this. You know, I mean, seriously, 2 rings and a football field. That is so damn cool. It actually reminds me of the day with, I'm sure you guys know this. I don't remember what match it was, but it was at Shea Stadium. Oh gosh, I don't remember who was in the match. I think it was, I want to say Dustin Rhodes was in there. Actually, not Dustin, but Dusty Rhodes was in it.
Dusty, that I remember Dusty in something, but I can't remember what. I'm a young gun, so the fact that I remember Dusty in some sort of match similar to this, that's just, well, I mean, I got the network too, and I also Google and research wrestling, watch wrestling 6 days a week. So, man, the things that come to my mind and I know surprise me. I'm going to have to Google that.
So, I mean, it could really go both ways with this match as well. You know, reports have it one of the Jackson brothers, I think it was Nick Jackson, supposedly he might have a cracked rib.
Correct.
So, I don't know. Again, guys, I'm not just saying this to you guys, but everyone that's a diehard AEW fan, these are just reports. Give it until Saturday, and then we will see if those rumors were true about all of them.
And stay tuned. I'll have simple updates if needed on this channel regarding any injuries or any changes to the AEW Double or Nothing card. And NoDQ will also keep you informed too. Continue.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited to know how the hell they're going to play this. I know AEW's not going to watch this. Don't do a theatrical match, or there goes my good pay-per-view out of the window.
Ouch.
I've been hyping for a while. But yeah, damn. I'm going to go with the Elite on this one. This feud does need to end. I really think it's time. It's had its course. It's fun. But, you know, at the same time, I was speaking with Gina earlier. We could see the Revival making an appearance after the match. We could see that.
FTR. Yeah, they were teased.
Now, we did see, you know, last year at Double or Nothing, a huge surprise, and that was Jon Moxley.
At the very end.
Event.
Yes.
So, could that happen here again? Mark thinks possibly Sting could make a big, shocking appearance. That's his thought. Here's my thought. I think we're going to see a heel turn from, I know I predicted him to win. Something tells me if Cody does not win against Lance, I could see the Hulk Hogan shocking heel turn. I mean, I would love to see that. I mean, could you just imagine how dominant the Inner Circle would be then? I know that's a bold statement, that's a bold prediction, but why not? I mean, if Chris is going balls to the wall with one of his picks, I will go balls to the wall with my little thought process. So
I mean, I'm just figuring right now Sting versus Le Champion Chris Jericho somehow.
No. I don't want to see that. I want to see Sting like a manager or something. I don't want to see him.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
No. I don't want to see that. I mean,
Sting coming the Elite's behalf.
I don't want Sting to really risk his neck again. I don't want Sting to be like Undertaker signing a 15-year deal.
Nah.
You know, so, but yeah. Anyhow, guys, yeah, definitely the Inner Circle will lose this one, and then hopefully this feud will end, and hopefully move on from this match.
Yeah, we'll see if someone breaks away from the Inner Circle or turns heel. So it'll be interesting to see the aftermath of this, because the only aftermath we know after Double or Nothing is a battle royale to determine who will challenge the inaugural TNT champion first. And we'll talk all about that and more on our post-show AEW Spark. And Mark, the Griffin Views will be part of that. And hey, I'll go double or nothing. Gary, if you want to be a part of that, let me know.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm pretty sure I will let you know.
Appreciate
after
you too.
Double or Nothing, I will announce the AEW Primetime World Champion and the Elite Wildcard Champion.
Yep.
And also, another thing, guys, did you also catch the video that I posted on Pro Wrestling Discussions today?
I'm actually going to watch that after this because I knew you were going to plug that too.
It's an announcement that it regards all 22 seeds for next season.
Nice. 11 tags.
It's going to be for the Elite, the All Elite contract. So whoever, I don't want to spoil it, so just definitely head there. And if you guys
encourage people to actually go to the page versus watch this video for this announcement, like, what you're talking about? Go find out yourself. Hashtag the free folks. All right. Well, believe it or not, gentlemen, that is our card. This Double or Nothing pay-per-view, I don't know necessarily will have the same emotional impact and truly top last year's, but bottom line, it's going to be definitely, I think, bigger than AEW Revolution, and it's going to be one awesome pay-per-view, and probably one of the best pay-per-views this year, especially during these times. With the organic feel that AEW gives us every week, with the unscripted nature, with the organic character-driven development and showcase, and the overall incredible action that everybody here brings, young and hungry to bring you the best and prove why they are all elite. There's no doubt everybody's going to kill it on this card. I just hope for the sake of Ray Phoenix, Britt Baker, and one of the Young Bucks, they're okay. And again, any updates, stay tuned to this channel, NoDQ. With that being said, gentlemen, good luck to you both, and good luck to everybody in Pro Wrestling Discussions, Team All Elite, Team NoDQ, and anybody with your own predictions league, or love of wrestling too. If you do your own little game, or even your family or friends, or your significant other, just have fun, enjoy wrestling. This is definitely a company to follow and connect with, especially if you were once an old school wrestling fan and kind of tuned out to do sports entertainment and the feel of it. But I digress. With that being said, we are done here. Gentlemen, thank you both so much. I look forward to you both on the post show, AEW Spark, after Double or Nothing concludes. We'll definitely be back for that. Chris Mace, hey, man, with a simple holiday, I know we need to get together and brainstorm some content for 205 Matters and other stuff. And I know your channel's been paused, too. I know a lot of great things been happening in your life, but it's great to, of course, see you and talk to you again. But is there anything you want to plug or any last thoughts, and where can people find you?
You can find me on my channel, Holiday Christopher Mace. There will be new content coming out here soon. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Like I asked everybody for, be respectful. I'll answer wrestling questions, but as for personal questions, don't ask me that. I will ask for be respectful of that. Like I said, support NoDQ.com, support members of the NXT team. Go to my wrestling content list. You'll see all their newest episodes. Like I said, normally I'd plug Gary's stuff, but Gary's on this show this time, so he can plug his own stuff. Hey, Gary, how you doing? But, I mean, he can plug himself this time. So, other than that, folks, like I said, and like I always say, Rebecca would tell me what's AEW stand for, AEW root beer. I just end it on that.
I'm gonna have to order some root beer from a restaurant or something for this event just because of that. And maybe we'll do like a live chat too off the scenes during the pay as well. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hey, thanks Rebecca for making me want a freaking AEW root beer float. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
She said you heard her.
Yeah, I did. Lovely lady. All right, and good luck, Rebecca. Gary, hey man, we've been doing this part. We've been talking AEW. You are literally all elite, creating your own discussions for them because of that. So I know you got a lot on your mind, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. Want to promote a plug, and where can people find you?
Yes, you guys can certainly find me on the Facebook page, Pro Wrestling Discussions. Also would like to promote my best friend Sean's Facebook page as well. We Want Wrestling Talk. He's going to be doing a show called Who's the Jobber? That leads me to this new show that I have created. Chris was a part of it yesterday. It's called Who Wants to Be a Pro Wrestler? It's just like the Millionaire Game Show, and I thought it was going to be simple, no pun intended, Noah. But this guy Chris could not pass after the third question. That's how challenging it is. With this game show, you actually have a chance to win either a $5, $15, or $25 reward. Those rewards will be based off of the promotion that you guys prefer, and then I will Amazon or eBay search an item that I will be sending out to you directly. Last thing that I want to say is Charlotte said hi to you guys, and you guys have been awesome. I love discussing AEW with the diehard of diehard fans. Chris, man, it's always a pleasure. Noah, an absolute pleasure as well. Let's get this thing going. Let's be all elite on Saturday, and let's all have fun.
Or at least elite.
Not copyright. Anyway, yeah, good luck to the elite this Saturday. That's all I got to say about that. And all of AEW and Tony Khan, everybody. People, you want to know more about me and why the heck are you doing this and who are you? Know this. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, whether it's old, new, soon to be, or might come true, WWE, NWA, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, and JPW, my number one. Man, I miss that company, but I digress. Yep. And so much more. Look me up on Twitter, NoDQ.com/NoDQ takes my Twitter page. I'm also on Instagram, @mfoster1916. Give you a nice hello, something that sparked your day, no pun intended. My thoughts, moments in wrestling, takeaways from the weeks. I plug blah like AEW stuff, WWE stuff, you name it, it's wrestling and JPW, etc. Also, follow the YouTube channel here, youtube.com/user/NoahFoster10. I'm forever humbled by who's been with me on this fun creator's journey, because that's what it's all about here with me. Just engagement and wrestling and the passion behind all of that. That's why I do this type of stuff. Whether it's predictions, reviews, discussions, simple takes, you name it. It's all things wrestling here, and nice to meet over a nice playlist for you. I'll be back with possibly these two gentlemen and more after Double or Nothing with our own post-show, AEW Spark Simple Take, that will basically be covering the results and the show. Stay tuned for more on that. But if you also want a more in-tune mind beyond a young gun, I'm not a young buck, so I'm not going to say that, a young gun like me, then please support my friend Aaron Riff and support NoDQ, where your opinions matter. So please, follow on our social media platforms, go buy a shirt, NoDQ.com/merch, and your opinions matter. Comment on anything. Polls, cons, memes, gifts, reviews, recaps, sexy female pics. They're 20 years old, folks. It was a bygone era in women's wrestling. You name it, it's there. Primarily wrestling, WWE, AEW. As always, I like to close. Support your wrestling outlets, both big and small. Let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, elite, unscripted, authentic wrestling community together. Simple as that. And support independent wrestling, folks. That's at the heart of all of this. So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this forum, this discussion, this chat, and this predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell to know when the next video goes live or recorded. Hit the subscribe button, help me grow this channel, help me reach out to more fans. I hope to encourage all of you to, create your own forums and pursuits. I know Jen does great stuff with WXW. Can't say enough about Stefan and Jerry at Aftermatch Wrestling, Colin Cleaver, Andrew, Chris Mace, of course, on YouTube. Gary on other platforms, too. Don't necessarily need YouTube. You can create yourself on Instagram like Cindy G. Well, she does YouTube as well. But until next time, we are done here. So, for the bearded genius, Gary, and Gary, book me on both of those shows. I'll definitely be talking to you about that, whether I job or not. Oh. And for my good friend here, the Holiday Christopher Mace, I'm just a simple man of NoDQ, and my name is Noah Foster. I hope you all enjoyed this, and take care. Enjoy life. Enjoy wrestling. There's more out there for everybody. Find what can connect to you. And tomorrow's never guaranteed. There is not a stronger truth than that, especially right now. So please, make moments, take care, be safe, wash your hands, and of course, be elite. And I hope you all tune in to the pay-per-view Saturday. I know I am. And have a good night.
And remember, I had to steal your line, we are elite.
I knew that was going to happen. I'll too sweet you on that, though, gentlemen. I'll too sweet you on that. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being elite and being part of the revolution. Oh, good grief. I tell you. Oh, man. The Saturday cannot get here soon enough. I am so excited for this pay-per-view. Oh, hello, everybody. I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster. You all just saw this Simply Predictin wrestling video. I thank you. Please share and tell your friends. But also, let's start a league of our own. You will find now in the description down below a Google form, as I now wish to bring you, especially the NoDQ Galaxy, who want something different, the NoDQ Galaxy AEW Predictions League. So please, fill out the form, tell your friends, join the revolution, be a part of the fun, and let's crown the first ever NoDQ Galaxy AEW Predictions League champion. I hope you all enjoyed that, and if you want more of this, please let me know. And as always, support NoDQ. Take care, and I hope you all enjoy AEW's Double or Nothing.